fair and honest opinion. I think if the most beautiful woman on earth was butt naked in front of me, she spoke in a Brahmi accent, I'm walking straight past her. This was disgusting accent ever.
KJ, are you backstage? And you can, because KJ.
Yeah, but KJ doesn't have a Brahmi accent. I'm talking about like, I think he will know what I mean, like Dudley accent, you know, like
he's got a lot of family from all over Birmingham. He's not going to agree with you, bruv. He's not going to.
No, like the ones from Dudley, you know, like an even stronger accent than Grealish. KJ don't have it. KJ is a southern softie anyway. He's got like this London accent about him. He don't sound like a Brahmi at all. But yeah, I think Trent going to Real Madrid obviously is bad news for us. If you told me, you asked me this question, which two would you rather stay? I did say Salah and Van Dijk. So, those two staying is amazing news. But Trent headed to Real Madrid is obviously really bad news.
Can I spin this a little bit, Osam? I had a discussion yesterday. Do we think Trent made the right decision? Liverpool, let me put the context out for you. Liverpool just won the league. Arne Slot publicly have said you are in for a big summer. We're in for a big summer transfer window. Liverpool have won the league. Yes, they got knocked out of PSG. So is Real Madrid. Real Madrid need to replace Modric. Rudiger is old. Militao is injured. Carvajal is coming from an ACL. So basically, we're leaving Trent out of the equation here. There is Kylian Mbappe and Vini. Vini is rumored to be upset and angry. Terrace said something yesterday about will Kylian Mbappe and Vini Jr. be able to cope with how strict Xabi Alonso is if he joins Real Madrid to be a coach? Will they be able to actually cope with the tactical instructions and all the stuff? Because he's not Ancelotti. They need a left back, right? Militao, as I said, they need a center back. They are approaching Saliba. Who knows if they're going to get him or not? They have a midfield that plays with, what's his name? The guy that plays in the midfield, the guy that played for Arsenal before. I forgot his name. That's how insignificant he is.
Ceballos.
Danny Ceballos. Valverde is good. Jude Bellingham is there. For me, if I'm looking at this, did he make the right decision in leaving Liverpool? Money is the same.
Listen, time will tell. Time will tell. Time is something that obviously we can predict the future a little bit. We can sit up here and we can say stuff like this. But I just don't know, man. Like, we don't know for a fact. The Galacticos that Real Madrid built before, which we grew up watching, I think they only won one La Liga. I don't think they even won a Champions League. Like, I'm talking about like the one with Beckham and stuff. They didn't even win the Champions League, you know. So I think that's the thing with Real Madrid. Like, the whole Galacticos era was actually a little bit unsuccessful. Even this year, they didn't win the Champions League. Maybe they need a bit of balance in there. Maybe they need something different. But with Trent, time will tell.
What do you think now? What do you think now? Do you think he made the right decision?
عارفين وديله هسه وبعدين بنحكي. Anyway, as I was saying,
ماشي man.
وديله screen shot. Anyway, so I think as things stand, Liverpool are in a good position, but it depends on the transfer window. يعني, prime example, Liverpool are linked to Isak, Alvarez, Osimhen, and also linked to Sesko. If we sign Sesko, we're not going back-to-back next season. If we sign Sesko, it's left-footed Darwin Núñez. Sesko is the worst-case scenario in history. Like, worst-case scenario, I went from Núñez to left-footed Slovenian Núñez. It just doesn't work. It just does not work. So it just depends on the transfer window. But if we do get what we are meant to get, and, you know, hopefully we get Julian Alvarez, I feel a little bit excited about that one. Hopefully we sign Julian Alvarez. Hopefully we sign players like that. I just think we can go back-to-back. Now, if we go back-to-back Champions Leagues, if we go back-to-back league and we do significantly better in the Champions League and, you know, Madrid get eliminated again by whoever, then, of course, he made the wrong decision. But we're talking about predictions, صح? With Caicedo, 100% now we can say, me and you are in agreement, Caicedo made the wrong decision, correct?
Yes, 100%.
Because Caicedo would have had what? A Premier League medal and a Carabao Cup medal. We know this for a fact. Now, had he joined Liverpool alongside McAllister, maybe we would have even won more. But let's not speculate.
You might have won last year.
Yeah, we might have won last year. But let's not speculate. Let's just talk about the facts. Factually, we have one Premier League title, one Carabao Cup. Now, as things stand, from now until next summer, we will see what Real Madrid win, what Liverpool win. Real Madrid lose La Liga again, lose Champions League again. Liverpool, wallahi, win the league and semi-final UCL, win UCL, whatever. Then we will say 100% Trent made the wrong decision. But I cannot tell you now because it's dependent on so many conditions, Mo. You see this. You're someone who does Premier League content. You wake up. Liverpool want Osimhen. Liverpool want Sesko. Liverpool want Alvarez. All of them are different things. If we sign Julian Alvarez, I'll tell you directly, we're favorites. We're going to go back-to-back next year. But if we sign Sesko, I'm going to tell you, Habibi, listen, I give up already. I'm just like, we're not going to
I think he made the wrong choice. If the money's the same, he was going to be a legend at Liverpool. Looking at the Liverpool trajectory with Salah and Van Dijk renewing, with Marchvili coming in, Alisson is still top of his game. I actually think he made the wrong choice. If you're telling me that Real Madrid will win the Champions League or La Liga next year, maybe not. Barcelona are better than them. The upward trajectory of Barcelona is better.
But we don't know for a fact. Remember this.
But nobody knows. But this is why we do content, because we discuss what can happen. What do we think? What I think, right? What I think is that he made the wrong decision. You offered him a lot of money. He could have been secured in the future. He could have stayed in his city.
Madrid are 4 points behind Barcelona now with 4 games to go.
And they're going to get smashed in the Clásico by Barcelona on the weekend.
And they've got a Clásico. So if Madrid win that, they're 1 point behind, مثلا. So it's not impossible.
It is not impossible, but you look at the trajectory of Barcelona versus Real Madrid. I believe that Barcelona are on a higher trajectory than Real Madrid at the current moment. He might, bro. Trent is not even guaranteed.
Barcelona's last league game is away in Bilbao.
Bro, I'm just going to tell you one more thing. Trent is not even a guaranteed start if Carvajal is coming back and he's the same form. He might start the year after.
You know what's interesting? I don't think he's made. We'll know in the future if he's made the right choice or not. I look at it this way. I think he's made the right choice for him and Liverpool. If his head truly wasn't in it, you don't want him because he's not committed. The one thing is this, and finally we'll get some fucking honesty out for Sam on this subject after 5 years. But Real Madrid fans will not protect him if he's making all the volume of defensive mistakes that he invariably has made in the last 5-6 years. If he gets cooked the way he's been cooked many a times in England defensively, Madrid fans are not going to do what Sam and Liverpool fans did. Oh, no. Klopp said that he doesn't have to track runners, so he's ready for counterattacks. The excuses that were made for Trent helped Trent. They kept a lot of pressure off of him from the fan base. Journalists were often too scared to write anything about him because the Liverpool fans, and I like this about Liverpool supporters to a certain degree, they come out like a swarm of bees. It's like you've kicked their nest if you touch one of their own. Trent isn't going to have that protection in Spain. So if he is out of position and they can see the goal and they lose a game, his car windows are getting smashed. If he does it 2 or 3 times, the hankies are coming out and the whistles are coming, and he is going to have to be his absolute best. And he's going to have very little protection. So I've already seen a lot of Madrid fans as well in interviews say that they don't even really want him. So yeah, it's a very interesting move. You know, he's chasing his own dreams, and fair play to him. It's not money, because we are led to believe that he's being paid less by Madrid than what Liverpool offered him. But yeah, look, I get why some Liverpool fans are upset and angry, and I'm not going to tell them how they should feel about that circumstance. I said that the other day. I get why they feel that he's a rat, and I'm just taking Liverpool fans' word. I'm taking Liverpool fans at face value that he was offered deals and he strung you along, as opposed to rejecting you 2 or 3 years ago and your club making the mistake not to sell him. And I'm taking Liverpool fans' word as read on that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think from a Liverpool.
You're speaking to the wrong guy. I stick but with every word I said about Trent since I've started doing content. I don't deny it. Trent is, as I've always said, he's just a good defender. He's not shit and he's not amazing. He's just in the middle. He's a good defender. He gets cooked sometimes. He defends well sometimes. That's it. I've always maintained this opinion and I'll never change it. This just because he's gone to Madrid now. It's not like we're like, he's shit.
No, I hear that. And I don't think he's shit. I think he's actually improved in the last 18 months, and I'm on record of saying that. But for instance, the way he got turned the other day in the game against Chelsea, those kind of things happen. You'll protect him. You would protect him with your dying breath. Metaphor, but
because people don't keep the same energy. Because 99% of the chat, if I ask them right now who's the best right back ever, would say Dani Alves, and who's the best left back ever, they'd say Marcelo. Those two on a weekly basis got cooked in La Liga. Okay, you wouldn't, but we're talking about most people.
They would, but you got, and I'm again that I get your point about being.
Did Dani Alves not get cooked a lot of the times, and Marcelo? and Roberto Carlos, all these players.
That isn't the point, though. He's an Englishman in Spain. He's going to get more pressure because we see it here. We all know that English players in England get praise and get built up in a very different way, typically speaking, to their foreign counterparts. It took years for people to start speaking about Mo Salah in the right way. Look at the difference in attention an English player gets versus, look at Mboma and Cunha. They get a bit of a write-up this year. Now they're linked to some bigger teams. People are talking about them. They've had better seasons than half the England squad. But yeah, the England players will always get much more hype and be protected at times. So Trent's going to go from having that protection of being a Scouser, so the Scouse nation will protect him, rightfully so. The English media, relatively protective. He's going to go to a new country.
Oh, I get what you're saying now. No, that's true, 100%. Because these guys did this to Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, everyone. So, like, didn't they do it to Mbappe this year as well? Like, they're Real Madrid fans don't mess around. Like, they will not defend 100%. They will not defend Trent like we do. Staffy, I know for a fact you did not watch Dani Alves. Stop it. You barely remember stuff about United 10 years ago. Just be quiet.
And Staffy, what I'd say, Dani Alves did defend well. I just didn't want to get distracted from the actual
point. No, Dani Alves did not defend well. No, he did not.
Very good.
No, he did not.
Very good.
So everyone's just going to do this nostalgic crap. Okay.
No. Of course, listen. The best defenders the best fullback, in my opinion, ever in Premier League football, in Dennis Irwin, got taken on. They've all been taken on, and I'm talking.
You want to know why fullbacks get cooked? Because wingers are better than fullbacks. It's normal.
Well, it's also because they're the ones who are defending.
No, but you're missing my point. Wingers across history have been better than fullbacks. So it's more, every single fullback in history has been cooked. We're talking about regularity of getting cooked.
Of course.
We're talking about how much they got cooked. If we're talking about Dani Alves and Marcelo, those two.
Everybody's been taken on. Everybody knows that. And that's typically because you're the one defending. You don't know which way the attacker's going. The attacker does. Invariably, the attacker should. That's why when we look at good dribblers, if you see someone who has less than 50% succession rate on their dribbles, we don't consider them good dribblers.
Yeah, correct.
They're a good dribbler if they're able to consistently outfox a fullback, as an example. And the best fullbacks in the world got cooked by Ronaldo regularly, cooked by Messi regularly in their pomp because they're the optimum best. But Dani Alves was a very good defender as well. Yes, he's been
very good. Is an exaggeration. Very good.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Very good. Very
good. Mo is here. Ask him. There's a reason why Maicon started for Brazil, Terry.
Nobody that. Okay, people are gonna say it's agenda.
Who was starting instead of Alves for Brazil?
Maicon. World Cup. Maicon.
The problem with your analogy. Sorry, Mo. The problem with your analogy there is this. Trent wasn't starting for England. That wasn't because he was a bad football player or a bad defender. It's because there was other right backs seen as better, like Kyle Walker at the time, right? So you can't say Dani Alves wasn't very good just because Maicon was better. That's not how things work.
No, I'm not saying Maicon was better. I said Maicon was better defensively.
But that doesn't mean Dani Alves wasn't a very good.
Dani Alves is better than Maicon in my opinion, but Maicon was better defensively.
Yes, but that doesn't make Maicon was a sensational defender. I'm just saying, I still think Dani Alves would go into a very good category. Not the greatest defender ever, but a very good defender.
I think we're going in circles. All I know that Trent is like a 2 out of 10 as a defender. Basically, that is what is the reality is. He's a very good going forward, creative, scores, assists, and everything. And in terms of defender, one-on-one, I think 95% of the wingers in the world, on average, will absolutely go past him. And the point is, at Real Madrid, you don't get Hussam to defend you on YouTube. You don't get Tom Little to defend you on YouTube. He doesn't get that. The white flags, and people are asking for you to be out. That happens all the time. Like,
was Dani Alves a good defender, Mo?
I don't think so. No.
Was Marcelo a good defender?
No.
So when you say not, so you're again, I want to be very clear about language. If you're saying not good, what after not good means what? Average, bad? Like, because good is average. So how bad were they? If they're not good, that means they're below.
For me, they were like okay, I can explain. So Dani Alves, for me, if you're taking on balance, Dani Alves was like a 9 out of 10 going forward. And he was like a 4 out of 10 defender. Like it's an average. All I want to say that he's a good. He's not a good defender at all. but he's not like bad.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Let's put this in context. Seamus Coleman, where do you rate him as a defender?
Very strong, very good, about like a 7 or 8.
So you say defensively better than those guys. I'm trying to ascertain where we are. Where would you compare, say, a Gary Neville to a Dani Alves as a defender?
Gary Neville was much better defensively.
7, I'd say as well.
Yeah, Gary Neville was very strong defensively.
Who's the better defender, Nathaniel Klein or Dani Alves?
I don't think Nathaniel Klein was just a good
I
footballer.
don't think Nathaniel Klein is good in anything.
Like he's
You understand what I'm just trying. You're rating this 4 out of 10 defensively. I'm just trying to ascertain who you think's better as a defender.
In comparison with Dani Alves, Nathaniel Klein in every aspect is just like 5-10 tiers better.
Yeah, he's worse.
Nathaniel Klein was okay. Just go on to another guy, for example. Ask another.
Glenn Johnson, who was the better defender?
Oh, Glenn Johnson wasn't good defensively anyway.
No, Glenn Johnson was strong, but he wasn't great defensively.
Yeah, he wasn't good defensively. Glenn Johnson was good going forward, actually.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was average.
So you think Dani Alves is better?
Dani Alves is better than Glenn Johnson, of course, 100%.
Okay, Dani Alves is the
You want the perfect example? Use Ashley Cole.
Well, we know Ashley Cole. So who's a better defender?
Ashley Cole is like 9 out of 10 defensively.
No, but I'm trying to understand who he thinks. I'm doing Dani Alves comparison. So think about players now. Who would you take to be a defender for you? Dani Alves or Jed Spence?
Dani Alves. Jed Spence is
very bad.
So you're saying Jed Spence is a 3-2 or a 1 out of 10 as a defender?
Yeah. Jed Spence as a defender. No, Jed Spence is bad.
Is not good defensively, Terry.
He's that bad. Like he's one of the worst defenders around.
I think most standards are really high. Me personally, I'd say Trent is like, 5 out of 10 defensively. So I think he's average. I think Dani Alves is the same, 5 out of 10 defensively. Okay. Like I think they're both average defenders.
Can I tell you the reality? Trent is not on the same level as Dani Alves or Marcelo, even defensively at all. Bro, Trent defensively, Sam, he left your club. He doesn't play for you. I know you don't want to be. Don't be wrong and strong. Trent defensively. The whole point is that Trent defensively is not good. He gets cooked more than
I didn't say he's good. I said he's average. Listen to what
he's not even average. Like
but to you, Adi, we can disagree.
If the team is under the
I watched them have many good defensive performances this season. Just this season alone.
So out of all the current right backs in the Premier League, stop me when I name someone worse defensively than Trent. Worse defensively than Trent.
Yes.
So just stop me. I'll keep going. So Urian Timber. Aina. Ben White. Munez.
Munez who? Of
Munez Palace.
Yeah, he's worse.
He's worse. Okay. This is what I don't think his other name is Tete.
Munez is more of a flying fullback, by the way. He's not defensive.
What about so we'll start again. So we found one. Start again. So Tete.
Worse than Trent.
Okay. So
defensively.
I don't think he is.
I think you're mad. I think you're mad. I genuinely think you're mad.
What about Mazraoui? Is he better than Trent?
No, not even close. No,
Mazraoui is better defensively than Trent. Okay.
Yes. Pedro
Porro's better defense.
Pedro Porro, no. Pedro Porro is way worse.
Livramento.
Much better.
I would say he is better than Trent.
Like much better.
See, this is why I could never have Trent as the greatest right back in Premier League history. Because even today, we're just sitting there and named like 6 players that are better than him defensively. You multiply that over 30 years. Yes, he's attacking and his creativity is probably the best we've seen. I just think when you equal it out, he ain't coming out on top.
Yeah, but if you do that for the going forward thing, it's long. Because he's the best.
Yeah, he is. He is. But at the same time,
I think in Premier League history, he's probably the best attacking fullback.
That's fair. But if you